Women are stealing men's lunches. That is what we've come to. They're taking lunches that are made at a restaurant, sitting on a counter, ready to be picked up, taking them, looking up the names on LinkedIn to see, what the status is of the man, how much money they bring in. Are they in finance? Because that seems to be what women are trying to go for. They're stealing your lunches in order to get a date. At what point are we going to realize that you've walked away, or perhaps you're not interested in that? If you have to steal a man's lunch to get a date, he doesn't want you. Anyway, let's get into it. You're not going to believe what some of these women say. It's even reached the mainstream, to the Today Show. Welcome back to Far From Eden. It's pretty funny to watch them attempt to explain this phenomenon of women stealing lunches, because how are you going to explain that without making women look desperate? How can you explain it without making them look predatory? Because can you even imagine it the other way around? And somebody even said that in the comments of this TikTok clip from the Today Show, literally from the Today Show, uploaded by the Today Show. And I don't know if she's actually that confused or this is just her role. I don't know, but you guys just take a listen to this. All right.
I don't understand this process, okay? Because what they're saying is you're going to Chopped or you're going to Sweet Greens or whatever, wherever your food comes from. Yeah. You're taking somebody's food, which feels like a lot of work. Then you're looking the person up on LinkedIn.
Okay, which feels like a lot of work. Well, okay, I'm going to a place. Maybe I also ordered food. Duh. But no, that would look sus. You pick up the lunch. You steal the lunch. You take it. They probably eat it, actually. So, free lunch. He's already taking you out to lunch. Oh my God. You take the lunch. You look the guy up on LinkedIn. That sounds like a lot of work. Is this the deterrent? That it sounds like a lot of work? Is that the problem, Jenna?
What if this person is not your type? What if this person has a girlfriend, a significant other? Sure. Sydney, who's over there young and also married, saying, well, but the thing is, you can find if they're married. You can't find if they have a significant other. No. Why are they doing?
Do you think, bless you, do you think that women who take the lunches of men because they want to force a fake meeting, start a relationship out on a fake, premise, and also they're targeting men from careers they like finance, probably lawyers, whatever, because they want the status and the income? Do you think those women have a problem that the man might have a girlfriend? Like all of a sudden, no, that's where I have morals. Yeah, no, Jenna, it's just something that they haven't thought of. Yeah, right. This is predatory, nice mental gymnastics. Surprised they don't do it at the end, It's bad.
Doing it to just finance bros.
Well, I was going to say, the other layer of this is it puts women in a position of, I just want to find a rich guy.
Yes.
And I'm going to steal his salad and look him up on LinkedIn, and we'll live happily ever after, and we'll have a house in the Hamptons. It'll be great. I think women deserve better than stealing sweet green salad.
That's right. Women, you deserve better. What? At this point, we still have not come to, hey, this is wrong. This is lying. This is lying and stealing. That's not wife material. Lying, stealing. We haven't pointed that out yet. No, no, no. But what if he has a girlfriend? Clearly you haven't thought of that, because if you knew that, you definitely wouldn't lie and steal. And it's too much work. And what if he's not your type? Listen, if he's working in Manhattan and he's in finance, that's her type, okay? You're not realizing they've thought of, he's not my type. That's exactly the type they want. There's nothing else character-wise going on here, except for the lack of it, stealing and lying. This is, once again, let's, sort of whitewash what women are doing and say that, oh no, they just didn't think of these other things. And this is just, it's just to get a date. Oh, it's silly. All right, well, let's continue with what he's going to say, because we're going to sort of try to turn it into a silly, to try to make this into a fluff piece and make it silly. This is very serious. It's things like this that, are leading to the downfall of the West, basically, and the plummeting birth rate. This is a symptom of the things that we have done to create the plummeting birth rate and everything, and now we're flailing. We're flailing. And it's all materialistic, which is, again, how we got here. All right, dude, keep on going.
It's a fine.
Me too. I need somebody to go down to Sweetgreens today, and I need you to videotape this happening for proof.
Like last night, I ordered from Sweetgreen,
yes,
which I was proud of. My bag was sitting up there, not one person.
Last night. They're not stealing dinners. They're stealing lunches, because they think, okay, if he ordered a lunch here, that means he's working in the city right now. If he ordered a dinner, that's not their type. These women are like CIA profilers, okay? Having, the fact that you ordered a dinner at a place does not mean they're going to date you. They might like, well, he might not even have a job. He might have charged us on a credit card. They are skillfully evil, skillfully going about this. They're not interested in your dinner. Lola, you are not. She's interested in her dinner. She knows we're talking about food. If you're new here, Lola's my little dog. She's very popular on here. She acts like a cat. Yes, I am a stereotype. Okay. So I know of what I speak, right? I know who these women are. Not that I would lie and steal, but I know where their mind is, and I know where their desperation is. I own a female brain. And I know their future. They're going to be alone. And I don't think, well, I think that these are probably the women that are like on Manosphere Highlights Daily's video, I think today, he talked about how the millennials are hitting the wall and it's hard. So I think that's true, because these are the women who they want to get married and live that fantasy life and be a princess. And we'll hear from a woman later who is going to tell all women that they are. Because, there's background of women giving women advice.
Stole it, looked me up on LinkedIn, and hit me up in the DMs. Not once.
It's because you're not wearing a vest. You're not a finance bro. I don't understand this process.
Okay? Yeah, it's because you're not a finance bro. Pretty much, yeah. And honestly, he's probably too old to, oh, look, there's my TikTok. He's probably too old for what they're looking for. Because a lot of them, they're like, if you're past age 35 or whatever, I'm not interested in you. Even though I want a man at his peak financial earnings. Good luck. Well, we live in a fantasy world, don't we? Okay. Let's see what some of these other women have to say about it.
What does it say to modern dating that women are now traveling to Midtown Manhattan, going to Sweetgreen, stealing men's lunches, and then looking them up on LinkedIn and DMing them on Instagram saying, oh, shoot, I picked up your salad. Like, can I get you one back to find a date? Can't we just all say hi to each other?
Yeah. You could, this is what the manosphere is, okay? You could come here and find out. You could ask men. They'll tell you what's going on. Don't you have a brother, a father, a friend? They will tell you. These women are not asking men what the deal is. And so this is where we are. Here's another example of women solving problems and giving each other advice.
We heard that girls in New York were stealing boys' lunches, hoping to get a date out of it. But you don't need to do that because we're about to go put these cars in every man's lunch at Sweetgreen. So all of the cutest guys are soon going to be on stage. We're at the scene of the crime. If your man goes to Sweetgreen, he is a traditional classic finance boy. He's probably not 6'5", but he definitely works in finance. We're at this bowl. If your man is going to this bowl, he's spending way too much time on TikTok. Like, honestly, why do men know this bowl exists? We're at Chipotle, and this is the kind of man you want to date. A man who goes to Chipotle does not have an aesthetic Instagram. A man who goes to Chipotle is looking for wifey. So many cute men on the streets. We can't wait to set them up on stage. We heard that girls in New York were stealing boys' lunches, hoping to get a date out of it.
Yeah.
But you don't need to do that.
I told you. They are profiling men like they are in the CIA. The women are. If the man goes to Chipotle, then this, and then this. And this is not a new thing. The whole lunch thing is new. But the profiling, you guys, is not new. That is not new. It's so pathetic. We should be embarrassed. So it's not only the Today Show, it's the New York Post. So the mainstream media is not able to keep the lid on this anymore. Things that used to be contained in the manosphere or even just known to men, and they all sort of knew it, but they didn't know each other knew it, it's now breaking out because they have to try. It's obvious, it's happening, and people are starting to ask questions about, well, why is this happening? The mainstream media is going to try to, once again, make women look good, make it almost look cute, not predatory. You're lying and you're stealing to meet someone. And you're wanting to meet someone only because they're wealthy and they work in Manhattan. I didn't hear anywhere like this happening anywhere else. Although the LA girls will probably figure out a way to do that, or they already are. So the New York Post, like I said, these media outlets, these mainstream media outlets, goodness gracious, this is their job, to try to package it in such a way that it's not going to tell the truth. Because if stealing lunches from men doesn't scream desperation, I don't know what does. And it does. I mean, doesn't it scream, look, men are not interested in you? And it also screams what? Women are materialistic. Women are predatorial. Or women will stop at nothing to get what they think they deserve. So I don't think the New York Post is going to say that. Single women resort to stealing men's lunches to get asked out on a date. Why is it getting to this point? I didn't mean to sound like Jerry Springer just then. That was weird. Not Jerry Springer, Jerry Seinfeld. You guys. Oh, this has my head spinning. Who needs to swipe right when you can swipe a salad to find a man? See, it's just cute. It's just innocent when women do it. Fine. Dating apps are dead. DMs are creepy. And no one approaches people out in the wild anymore. Well, what they mean is men aren't approaching women anymore. Did women ever? No, we just sit there like a princess and expect you to do all the work. But notice the spin. No one is approaching anyone. Oh, wow, I just can't figure out why men and women are having such a problem. We know it over here. Come to the manosphere and learn. Stop telling us we're all Andrew Tate. The majority of single people complain that the dating scene is the toughest it's ever been, especially in New York City. Yeah, but for different reasons, right? The women say it's tough because the men aren't asking them out. They're not pursuing them. They're pursuing them, their own goals. The men are investing in themselves. And honestly, with all the promotions and everything going to the women, the men are just trying to have a job. But they're not looking to jeopardize their whole fortune. You think a finance man doesn't know the liability that a government marriage contract brings? And you don't even have to have that to open yourself up to gigantic financial liability. And they're right. Because the women are showing themselves to lie, cheat, steal. For what? For money. Ladies, how dumb are you going to be if you think that guy in finance isn't smart enough to realize what a threat you are to him? It's actually pretty funny that that's who they're targeting. And that's the main thing, the main reason the men are walking away. Oh my Lord, I didn't even think about that. Irony, poetic justice, whatever it is. The majority of single people complain that the dating scene is the toughest it's ever been. Yeah, the men are like, yeah, it's the toughest it's ever been because what are these women bringing? Why? What's in it for me? Like, dare I ask? And the men are asking now. They are asking now. They're like, I don't know. I don't really think it's worth it. The juice isn't worth the squeeze, as you guys say. So how are people supposed to meet their suitor in today's digital dating world? How are people supposed to meet their suitor? A suitor is someone who pursues and has historically been meant to describe the man in the situation, because that, at least since, you know, the ideas of chivalry and things like that, it's the man's job to do that. Personally think that that's pretty sexist. And the men's rights advocate people, those people, they have a giant point with that. The whole chivalry thing, that puts women on a pedestal. And it puts all the responsibility on men. And that's just wrong. It's just wrong. Well, desperate times call for desperate measures. Some women in Midtown Manhattan are supposedly stealing men's lunches for a chance at love. Right. It's all about love. It's all about love. It is, look, for you guys out there who think to yourself, I don't know, I can't get a date. Women won't look at me, etc. Thank your lucky stars above. This is who we are. And if we're not that way right now, this is who we can be. And you won't be able to tell the difference. Yes, there are ones that are obvious, but there are also ones that are highly covert or are not radicalized yet. TikToker Nicole Orr, who goes by Nicole461, claims she's heard of single women popping into a Midtown lunch spot during the work week to steal finance bros salads and then use the name on the order to look them up on LinkedIn to message them. She's heard of it. Yeah, we've all heard of it. I know somebody, I have a friend, and y'all will say this is the sisterhood, but I'm telling you what the sisterhood is it's not like one woman protecting another woman. It's one woman protecting a secret that she doesn't want revealed for some unknown reason. And it's not that lady over there's secret. It's a feminine secret. It's a secret that we have that we don't want revealed about us. That's why you're not allowed to talk about any type of nature that we may or may not have. And I know, because I know when the YouTube videos get demonetized, and it's so weird that that's a common, that's why I'm always kind of going around that term, because they hate it. They don't want that truth out. They'll let, you can come on here and you can talk about dating this and dating that, but you cannot talk about certain truths. They'll make it known in the algorithm. Oh, it's rough out here, she captioned the video. Oh, sorry. She said the woman will reach out to the guys, saying something along the lines of, hey, oh my God, so sorry. I grabbed your salad. Let me just make it up to you and buy you a new one. Why don't you just go somewhere and ask a man if he'd like to go to lunch? Why can't you do that? Why can't we just do that? Why does it have to be sneaky and covert? And guarantee you these women would be like, I'm not a feminist. Okay. That's the thing, is we can define words however we want to, whatever is in our interest. It's rough out here, she captioned the video. Why can't they just come up to us at a bar, she complained. Why is it getting to this point? Okay, you're on the right track. You're asking the right questions. Now, maybe don't ask the post. Maybe slip that question into one of the bags of lunch. Put your name on it. If you know the answer to this question, please give me a call, because I would like to yeah, right. They don't really want to know. They don't really want to know what the problem is. They just want you to behave better and fix it. This is not, I really want to know, because you can find out. They don't like it and they demand you change. Men, please step up or your salad is gonna effing get taken. Can you imagine it the other way around? Okay. The post did not come across any videos of women saying they've actually pursued a potential date this way. No, and of course you won't. She's not going to give it away. If a man hears about this, she's going to be like, oh my God, that's so weird. I actually did take your lunch by accident. No. I'm sorry. I don't believe in coincidences. It's certainly not that one. Let us be real. Let us be real. Meat cutes are wilting. What? Okay, you're not making any sense. But maybe stealing a $20 lunch isn't the healthiest idea. Maybe also it's wrong. However, the consensus, according to the post's polling, seems to be that yes, people want to be approached by a stranger, just don't be creepy about it. Well, isn't stealing and lying kind of creepy? This is why men aren't approaching. You just answered it in your own article. Yes, I want you to approach me, but I only want the men that I want to approach me, and I only want you to approach me if you do it the way I like it. Like, give me eye contact, but like not too long and like not too short, and like don't blink too much, and like don't blink. The men are like, forget it. You just answered your own question. And you're gonna be alone. You're going to die alone. I wish it happened more often, Astoria resident Catherine Rose, 33, previously told the Post. I think it's a lost art. No, it isn't. It's a part of chivalry that we're trying to end, because it puts y'all up on a pedestal. And why? You don't want to be on a pedestal. You want to be equal. Just doing what the feminists want. They want it all. That's the secret. And they always have. They always have. Don't get it twisted. Honestly, it feels pretty good to the ego, 28-year-old Jonathan Mondoza told the Post. though he rarely does it himself. What goes up to people? Yeah, because once again, juice isn't worth the squeeze. He's probably going to get called creepy. Mondoza is in a crowded company of reticent male singles. About 45% of men aged 18 to 25 polled by behavioral neuroscientist Alexander on the website Tate Psychology had never approached a woman in person. Right. Well, you grow up online. He's 28. 5 years ago, 23. So he wasn't in school during the cooties of 2020. But, you know, they did grow up with their moms online. So it's just difficult for children to interact with humans when they really haven't. It's all been digital and probably has not been a positive experience for a lot of these men. Many told the Post that being approached by a stranger for romance varies depending on vibes and feelings. But according to men's dating coach Connell Barrett, there's a subtle difference between flirtatious and freaky. Well, yeah. Does he mean like a woman who's like being sweet, like, hi, what's your name? You know, or hey, you know, like there's a difference. Is that what he means? Because it's different coming from a man than it would be from a woman. The first kind of creepy is a guy who objectifies a woman for her looks and her body, like a cat collar, Barrett told the Post. Okay, so he's between flirtatious and creepy is what he means. Yeah. Don't walk up to her and act like you just want hanky-panky when all she's doing is putting hanky-panky out there. That would be creepy. You have to pretend that that's not what she's putting out there, that she just dresses like that for herself. Let's all pretend. I'm getting angry. Another, he said, hides the reason he's there and is not putting any romantic cards on the table. Well, I get it if men are doing that. They are protecting themselves. I mean, newsflash, men's hearts get broken. Their finances get taken. Their future kids, they'll possibly get stolen. No, men aren't showing their cards. Just be straightforward. There are a lot of stupid lines out there, Laura Beasley, 54, explained to the Post. Huh, Laura, you're 54. Are you on the dating scene? Because you ought to be a grandma. This is crazy. To avoid being put in this category, men should express good intentions. Really, the man is going to come up and be like, I just want you to know, I have good intentions. I'm not one of those hanky-panky guys over there. The women are going to say that's creepy. This is no win. Nothing in this article encourages men to go out there and date. But notice what this article does. It chastises men for not doing it. It shames them for not asking women out or whatever. But you know what it doesn't shame? Stealing people's lunches and meeting them on false pretenses. There's no shame there. It's just kind of funny and cute. And it's framed in such a way that it's like, well, the women are being forced to do this. The women are forced to do this because the men aren't stepping up. You know, we got to stop blaming the men for everything. It is out of control. This lady does not seem to have a problem getting dates. Maybe she takes lunches. Who knows? She's got something. But here's the problem. She's still not satisfied. So, even if you step up, please, if you're watching this and you're like, okay, I know what I have to do. If the other guys aren't stepping up, I will. And then I will be able to da-da-da-da. No. Because here's what they're really thinking, okay? And y'all can rate her wherever you want to rate her and go, wow, she has these demands. That's up to you guys. I don't, y'all usually rate them a little lower than I do, and that's fine. It's up to you what you want, but this is what she has to say.
Men trying to date women with busy social lives, we need to have a conversation. If you don't ask her on a date by minimum Tuesday midday, you are not getting a date for that weekend. I don't know how to make this any more clear. It is currently Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. and my weekend is fully complete. Like literally no space for any other plans. Thursday night, I'm going out with a guy that asked me out as of last weekend. Then Friday night, I'm going out with the girls. And Saturday night, I have a date that was confirmed this morning, Tuesday morning. Like, there are actually 2 other guys that I would really like to go out with this weekend that I have a feeling are going to be texting me tomorrow.
2 other guys. She already has 2 dates planned. Thursday and Saturday. There's 2 other guys. Well, you guys just missed your chance. Because you didn't step it up. Oh, she continues.
Tomorrow, and it's just going to be too late. I know there's this misconception of like, oh, I don't want to seem too needy or text her too early in the week. No, honestly, if anything, it's going to make her know that you are genuinely interested, and that's a good thing. So lock in that date early, gentlemen, and follow along. I'm going to be posting some more tips on exactly how to ask her out. Stay tuned.
Exactly how to ask her out. Okay, is your channel called How to Be a Simp? howtobeasimp.com. This is not a way to set up your relationship. Her making demands, you meeting them. What are your demands? Oh, that's right. You're not allowed to have them. So they're stealing lunches. They're getting completely desperate. Every time I think that we have stooped to another low, I'm wrong, because here we are. From making up all these crazy dating trends, the reason dating just isn't happening is because there is a huge problem that women are refusing to admit. And it is a problem that is pervasive. It's not just dating, it's into marriage, it's into the entire downfall that we see. The dating, the birth rate crisis. It's all related. And I think we messed it up. We are the ones with the responsibility to fix it. That is a highly unpopular position, but it's the right one. So, there's no reason not to take it. But if you're looking at women who will lie and steal to get their materialistic princess life, what hope do we have of this getting fixed? And them going, you know what? Oh, maybe it's us. That doesn't even seem to be anywhere, certainly not in the mainstream. So, you guys, like I say every week, every day of these shows, you've got to protect your peace. This is insanity out here. And if you don't think it's that bad, trust me, it's worse than you know. We make light of it here, but that's just to, survive it. Bless you. Please feed your souls. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.